Yeah, sorry, Fraps cut out, so I don't know what was the last thing I said, but you probably didn't miss anything. I was just talking about in which order I would do the other endings, but this is good that Fraps cancels in between every ending, so I'm gonna upload the endings separately. So if you want to watch, like, this is gonna be the boost only ending, then I can start by saying that. And if you want to watch like how to get a specific ending, you can just skip to that video. But I'm pretty sure it's gonna be more fun to try to figure it out yourself. Yeah, same beginning as before. I have to get out, set my controllers, and I know which order it is. So this is nice that you can jump around in here, but if you can't jump out until you have said yes, these controls are okay, then you can jump out of the tube. Press up to interrupt computers. The boost only ending is basically the same thing as the normal ending, but at one point you go an entirely different route. Apart from like the other endings that are a lot different from the normal ending, and that's mainly because when you play this the first time, you're gonna get the boosting ability first. There's no, like I said in the previous video, that I'm gonna show you a little sequence skip here. You can ignore talking to your dad, and he's still gonna say, "Oh, I guess Dad knows," even if he hasn't been here. Because all the other endings include this part, but boosting only, it takes a while until you do that. But that jump is in all the... Oh, now I'm back in this room and I can talk about it. This room wasn't really intended to be a puzzle. It was more of a getting down deeper inside the rabbit hole feeling. But the first thing people do is swap down here, and then they're like, oh snap, that doesn't work. And then they get up here and their switch point is still to the left. So they figure that maybe I will try to do the same thing over here, and it doesn't work because they end up here. And then they get up again, like that, and now their switch point is to the left, and it doesn't feel like there is any other way down. But you forget about the in-between route. And so this wasn't really intended to be a puzzle, but it turned out to be a pretty good one, and it helps people to like think about on which side of me do I want the switch point when I am done with this particular whatever you're doing. I actually made it so at the when I first made this game, all of the text boxes were skippable, so you could just spam enter and don't listen to what anyone has to say. But the excuse me, the text boxes that are important, I made it so that you I'm pressing enter now, you can probably hear it, you cannot get past them before they are done. Anyway, now we get to, no actually not, first we're gonna go through, I'm actually gonna show you the other way out of here though, that does not include going up here, you go another way. There is something really, really wrong, and that is that the laboratory is gonna implode and you're gonna die if you're still, you're gonna die if you're still in here. So, you can go to the left here too, and get out of here. I think that was the road that was first intended, and that the other rooms were made later, and that's why like this thing is, because I wanted this other way out to be the tutorial for boosting, but it turned out I needed more, mainly because the switch point moves closer to you when you boost, and I wanted a specific room for that you couldn't reach before you were able to get boosting. So that's why that was added, and I'm pretty sure you have to fall down. Now, yeah, you have to fall down, you can't get through this as quickly as possible. I wonder if there's a shortcut in these rooms for boosting. I don't think so. No, there's not. Now we are going to do the route you're supposed to take to get the boosting only ending, and that, like all the other alternative endings, includes taking this jump. And that's why this room looks so weird, because there are, depending on how many abilities you have, getting past this thing is more or less difficult. I think that once you get boost, the rooms you're supposed to go through are more difficult than if you would have had, say, wall jump instead, because wall jump is more difficult to... Oh, there we go. Wall jump is more difficult to get first than boosting first, so getting through these rooms with only boost are more difficult. This is actually a pretty interesting room, because when I were still thinking about like the idea of switching, which I had for a long time, by the way. I had many years I was thinking about this, having a point that you could switch place with, and once I got started programming at KDH, and they were like, you're gonna make your own project. I'm straight away like, I'm gonna make a Switch game. And this was one of the rooms where I was like, first I made it just as a test, like, is this possible to do with switching? And what you're supposed to do is that you switch twice in the air. And I was, when I made rooms for myself to like try them out, I'm like, this should work. And then I made a room and I was stuck in it for a while. Yeah, please proceed. Just so you just go for the computer and then you realize that there's a lot of... And these are the stabilizers that stabilize the what's it called, laboratory. But energy is being shared with an additional source. Energy level is low, and your dad doesn't know about this, as far as I know. So there's something else taking energy from the stabilizers that makes them behave. I mean, make them not able to stop the laboratory from imploding. I don't think you can get to that computer with boost only. Maybe you can. Yeah, you can. I don't remember what's in this computer. Exactly. New log created. So what I said in previous video about why is this log number more than 4, and after a while I don't even think it was your dad, but someone else created a log and kept going. But these are the rooms that I probably spent the most time designing, because all of these red rooms that we're gonna go through have they are designed so that you only need one ability to get through them, but you must have one. If you have no ability, you cannot get through these rooms, but if you have one ability, then you can get through all of them. The way you go through them is different. I think I'm actually heading the wrong way now. That you're supposed to be down below when you have boost. We'll see. But since I'm gonna do all the endings, you're gonna see all the different ways that you can get through these rooms. And you are... Oh yeah, this is fun, because the latest playtester, we realized that what I just did used to be an extremely fatal mistake, because this jump didn't exist. So if you fell down here and you had boost only, you couldn't jump up, and you couldn't go through here. So what you had to do is either succeed with this super difficult switch to kind of run and then switch at the last second, or do everything over again. And that was not intended, and it was made this segment way more difficult than I wanted it. So I added this jump, so you could just jump up and then switch and get over here. Sorry. This computer, as long as only 2 experiments were active, there was no trouble handling the dimensional fluctuations. And this is mainly to, if you get up here with like more, if you start to realize that wait, maybe I didn't need double jump to get wall jump. Maybe I didn't even need boost. And when you start thinking about, maybe I could do this with less abilities. And if you eventually end up here in the red rooms, this is going to tell you exactly how to get the other endings. By activating only 2 experiments and getting over here. And this part is actually really easy. Yeah, and it's easy because I'm in the wrong way. You have to be above when you have boost. I don't think this is too difficult though. Yeah, this is tricky because now I have to boost, and yeah, I did it the first try though. I think I remember how you're supposed to do this. Yeah, you do like that, and then you do like that, and then you keep going basically, and advance forward. I don't remember if you're supposed to boost here though. I think you are. I might screw up now. Just gonna do like that to check. Yeah, you have to boost. And this is probably the most difficult way to get past these rooms when you don't have... when it's only boost. I think you can boost over all of this. Yeah, you could, but I trying again. I'm hoping I won't get stuck like this too much, because I played this game. I played this game a lot. I mainly made this game because I wanted to play it, and then I just kept making new rooms because I thought it was so entertaining to play. So no one has probably played this game more than me. And I don't think anyone has made it through the biggest secret, or what should I call it, in this game. I'm going to show it later, but I'm definitely gonna fast forward through that because it's gonna take a long time. The first time I did that, I think I was stuck in the same room for maybe 2 hours, but then I finally managed to finish it, and it felt really good, even though I knew that I was the designer for the room and I knew how you were able to, how you were supposed to do it. It still felt really cool. I'm just gonna fast forward through this. Okay, so I might be able to do it this time. Yep. And then you get over here, and then you boost, and then you boost again, and then you fall down, and then you go there, and then you're done. This, though, is... there has been hints for this earlier. There's a computer that says that the switching is generating a wormhole, blah blah, semi-science stuff. And then it says that it affects the upper parts of your body first. And I don't remember what this says exactly. Switching seems to send user into... Okay, this is this one. Affecting the upper part of its entity first. So you can begin an upward momentum even when there is no space to move, and preserve the momentum at the switch point. And this is all too semi-science stuff I don't want to bother to read, so I allowed the main character to interpret it himself, and he says this: if I jump and switch at the same time, I should be able to jump in there. And you have to press them the exact same frame, and I mess up sometimes because it's... I can try get on the ground with it. Okay. And this is key to get wall jump first. I think I managed to do it not on purpose in the previous video that I made. And now you get back here, and as you know, I have only boost, but I made it to the final room, so now we're gonna get a different ending. And I think this is actually the funniest picture. We had a lot of fun when we were designing when me and Martin were designing like these full screen images, especially for the different endings, because I wanted them to be like, I wanted them to be funny in a way. I don't know if I succeeded or not. But I didn't want them to be like way too serious. Except, especially like the wall jump ending. But this is nice because he's obviously finishing as first, and the other ones are way behind. And he has medals from other races that he's run, and he's still holding like the winning trophy for another race while he's winning another race. So we wanted to make everything as over-exaggerated as possible. And at the age of 18 you enter the Olympics, and because I was thinking logically, like, what would happen if you were able to switch and do this boost thing to run really fast. And the first was like, okay, you'd probably win like every sprinting competition ever, and you'd probably win like every when you're supposed, I don't know what that's called. Yeah, your dad never did any research again. That's the common, the only thing that the other endings have in common, but with that changes in the perfect ending, which I'm gonna get to in time. Don't remember what I was talking about. But at least I don't have like a script for these. I'm just doing them right away. I think that's the funniest way to do it. And it might get boring at times, but I think it's gonna be way more personal because, you know, I'm not reading a script, I'm just talking. Special thanks to all the playtesters. Indeed, this is so true. I mean, so much in the game has changed thanks to playtesters. This game was really horrible at points, but people still tested it, and it turned out to be, at least I think that this is a really good game actually. You have found another ending for this game. The game will now shut down when you press enter. Thank you for playing.